Hello there, welcome back to yet another podcast by Team Token Minds. Here at Team Token Minds, we promise to deliver cutting edge webinars on the latest AI related topics, and we are yet again back with another topic, which is what makes AI agents work or fail in Web3. So, before that, let's try to understand the truth about AI agents. People think that more automation leads to better results, right? Like if you give more automation, the results are going to be better. But actually, AI agents are not a magic button and they fail because of the poor prompt design, no verification method like mechanisms, and unrealistic expectations. So, to understand the poor prompt design, let's understand why prompting matters. Like so, AI doesn't think like human and it requires structured, clear instructions. Basically, when you give some things to AI, you also need to give it, let's say, a background of what you really want to have it. So if you as a synthetic thinkers are thinking like if I'm gonna give the AI a vague response, it's just going to confuse the AI because there's no context and it leads to random or irrelevant responses, which let us think that AI is struggling and it is giving wrong responses. So, to understand and to get the clear result, we need to show some hard work. We are not yet there yet, and we also need to support AI a little bit. So, we need to be clear and specific. We need to provide context. Need to use step by step instructions if possibly. If you want the AI to go you and to give you the exact right prompts, you need to give them a step by step instructions which they can really follow. And then you need to test and refine those prompts. If you give them the feedbacks, then AI is just gonna start improving its prompts by its own. Because what is AI? AI is just a data which is thinking. I would like to say that, right? So basically, prompting alone isn't enough. It requires a verification, a feedback. So you need to give them some verification that your output is right or not, and you need to provide them the feedback if the output is not right, or how it can be tweaked a little bit to give you the right output. So basically the solution is coding agents. AI write codes, test it, and improves based on the failures. So it is also similar to reinforcement learning, that learn from your mistakes. But right now, I just said a term called coding agent, and we never really heard that term before in our webinar. So I'm just gonna take you to background and understand what is a coding agent. So basically, AI that writes, edits, and tests code autonomously. It loops through iterations until the found the solution is correct. That is a coding agent. So if you have seen in the latest GPT models, like there's a prompt to reason with it. Like you can try to make it reasoning, and when you give them a reasoning, you can see that it is going step by step. So basically what it does is that it gives a verifiable results that AI can check if the code passes the test, and then it can also check the built-in feedback loop that AI run tests and adjust based on the failures, and it helps in lowering the risk that the code can be tested before deployment, reducing major failures. So now let's understand the two cases of overhyped versus underhyped in the Web3 in AI. So first, let's understand why, where, and why AI is overhyped. So overhyped use cases sounds great in theory, but not realistic yet. And the first and the foremost is that fully autonomous AI is going to replace human teams across everywhere. Now, we might be there. I'm not saying that it's not going to happen, but in reality, AI can assist, but human oversight is always required for now. And then to make financial and investment decisions, AI can help you analyze the trends, but trusting AI alone with investments in financial markets is a high risk because it cannot understand. Like you can feed them with the algorithm, you can tell them to give you the outputs along how with the trade is moving, but I don't think so AI is really there to trust with the financial and investment decision. It can help to assess but not to trust. And then the third is run the entire operations, whether it is web 2 or web 3, without supervision. Basically AI can optimize workflow, but replacing the entire workflow with AI, it's not possible yet. So now let's understand the underhyped use cases. We have seen what are the overhyped, and the use cases where we are not really giving our eye on, and especially in the Web3. So the first one could be community management and engagement. We have already seen that it requires a lot and lot of community management. Web3, if you want to promote your projects, it requires a great community support and management. AI can help there. It can help to do user retention and growth. It can help to get users in loop again and again to say what is the latest advancements going inside one of the projects. It can also help in Web3 reward and incentives like automation, and then it can help in smart data processing and analytics. So basically, let's understand how is AI for community management and engagement. So basically, AI responses and moderate conversations across platforms like Discord, Telegram, and X. You can have conversations. You can replace the humans here. You can have the AI so that if someone posts something in the community, your AI is right there to respond with that. It also helps the users to engage with more personalized and context aware interactions, and it automates content posting, replies, and responses to increase community activity. A community where no one is giving any kind of response looks like a very lame community, and no one would really want to participate in it. Now, although a human interaction will always be required in this community as well, but think like most of the work is already done by an AI when a human is posting some of the queries, and if some of the work is left, it can still be used by the community manager of that community. Now let's understand how AI is used for user retention and growth. So for user retention and growth, it detects inactive users and re-engages them with personalized interactions. It provides real-time support and guidance for onboarding new Web3 users. It automates personalized user recommendations based on past interactions. And for reward and incentives automation, it for the play to earn games, it gives a dynamic reward based on the engagement levels. It tracks and optimizes incentives programs using AI driven analytics. It automates token reward distribution for active community members. For AI for smart data processing and analytics, it uses AI driven analytics to monitor engagement and optimize decision making. It processes FAQs, documents, and medias to provide accurate AI generated results. So now let's understand what are the future trends of AI agents in Web3. And the first is that AI will automate more Web3 operations. For example, creation of tokenomics, governance proposals, and understanding what proposals are going to be passed. It all can be automated with the help of the AI. And right now, we also are an expert in tokenomics, and we have seen a lot of development there, but we think that tokenomics task is a little bit of tedious task. So with the help of an AI, we can really have a very effective solution. And we really use some of the like AI to give some tokenomics results, and they have been performing very good. So far so good. And then is a multi-agent systems will emerge, which means that the AI agents will collaborate instead of working in isolation, which means that when AI agents detect security threats, another AI agent will fix the vulnerability in real time, which means that they are working in hand to hand. The third would be that it will enable personalized Web3 experiences, which means that it will tailor dApp interfaces, community interactions, and incentives based on the user behavior. On how, let's say, if a user is interacting really heavily onto Discord, X, and Telegram, if they're interacting on one platform and they're also interacting on multiple platforms, then you can adjust the reward accordingly. Right now, it is only done in like you can only monitor in one platform, or if you want to monitor it, you really need a lots of eyes to monitor that. It can be all done with the help of the AI. And now let's understand what you can do by unlocking the power of AI agent with us. So basically, we as a team at Token Minds are developing our products. We have been working on creating AI agents very successfully. We have our inbuilt product that is working on the AI. If you have an idea, if you have a workflow that you want to be automated, whether it is in Web2, we are especially experts in Web3 on Web3 games. You can just reach out to us. We will be happy to serve you, and let's have this discussion forward. So until then, if you want to see the next cutting edge webinar on the latest AI advancement technologies, stay tuned. We'll be back again next week. See you. Sayonara. Bye bye.